Hello, everybody. I'm Ashley from the Motherhood Circle. I'm jumping on for another episode on the Motherhood video series. And today I'm going to be talking about pregnancy symptoms, first signs of pregnancy. I recently shared on the blog, I recently did an article on the blog, first signs of pregnancy, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about it and my journey as well, because I know so many people can relate to my journey, and we're all experiencing the same thing. So I've had two babies, and so I've been through the journey of conceiving twice. I was really, really fortunate that I conceived very early. I fell pregnant with my first baby the very first time we tried, so the first cycle. And with my second baby, it took 2 cycles, so 2 months, which is very, very quickly. And I was very, very blessed with that. But I still found it a very stressful time and process. I became very obsessed. I think that a lot of the time, especially my personality, I become very zoned in on certain things. And so pregnancy, I was going to do it right. I'd heard so many stories. I knew how hard it could be, and I was going to make sure that everything was right. So before I fell pregnant, I went to the doctor, did all my blood tests, make sure everything was fine. The only concern that was there was, high BMI. So it was to lose weight, which could have taken years to do. And we talked about some of the risks with that, which were it may take longer, or you may have a really hard time falling pregnant. So I was well aware of that before I fell pregnant. Everything else came back really great. I made sure that all of the things that I need to do, I got done. My husband came with me, which was really great as well. And then when we decided that we're going to start trying, I went into crazy mode. I think I joined baby center forums and started connecting with other women who were trying to fall pregnant, seeing what they were doing. And I was joining these 2-week wait groups. So you would have your period, and then, you would then go into this period of when you were trying to conceive, when, your egg's coming out, and, the sperm can connect with the egg. And there was a 2-week waiting period during that time where you were waiting to find out if you had conceived that cycle. And so I, of course, as soon as, I had my period and it was time to, have intercourse or sex with my husband, after that, as soon as that time frame, I was taking pregnancy tests every day. And every day they'll come back negative, because I hadn't even waited until my period date. I hadn't even waited for the 2-week wait. And so I was feeling such disappointment. I was feeling negative, depressed, sad. And even though logically, because I don't think that for some people this is a logical situation, I think it's very emotional. It's like you get so excited, and you just want it to happen yesterday. And not everyone's going to be able to relate to that, but this is exactly my journey. And so, you're waiting for the pregnancy symptoms. You're thinking, am I pregnant? Am I going to, feel this and feel that? So I wanted to run through some of the pregnancy symptoms, and that you can notice whether this is in your 2-week wait or after your period, you've had a missed period or something like that. So some of the pregnancy symptoms that you can experience are headaches. So you could start feeling, a lot of headaches, or feeling like you're getting headaches where you normally wouldn't get headaches. You could feel fatigue, so extremely exhausted, feeling extremely exhausted, needing to have a nap in the day, or needing to go to bed really early, just feeling so drained. Sore breasts are another one. So usually a bit of aching around the boobs, finding it hard to lay down on your stomach when you may normally have had always slept on your stomach. Another one, I've written it down in my blog, so I want to know that I get all these off the top of my head: bleeding or cramping. So another one, you might be thinking, oh, my period's coming, and you might get a little bit of bleeding. I'm not talking about a lot of bleeding, I'm talking about a little bit of bleeding, and that can be implantation bleeding. I experienced this with my second baby. So with my first baby, I had no bleeding at all, and I already knew that I was pregnant, and I had a little bit of spotting. It was a tiny bit of spotting, but I was I convinced myself that this is a miscarriage and I'd lost my baby. A little bit of spotting isn't anything to be worried about. It's called implantation bleeding, but this is also a sign that you could be pregnant. I've already said fatigue and headaches. Morning sickness. Of course, we all know about morning sickness. Morning sickness is one of those, some people have told me that the very first sign they had was morning sickness. So from the very start of conception, they were feeling ill, nausea, and started vomiting. So from the very start, that could definitely be a warning sign for you. Food aversions, that's another great pregnancy sign as well. Maybe you used to like your morning coffees, or the smell of smoke, or people smoking around you didn't bother you, car fumes, foods, or even smells. I said food aversions, but it could be just smells in general. That is another great sign that you are pregnant as well. And of course, a missed period is another great sign. If you're usually regular and you're finding that you're having a missed period, that's a really great sign that you could be pregnant. So I imagine you're watching this video because you want to find out the signs, because you're probably trying, or maybe you're not trying and you're thinking, maybe I'm pregnant, I don't know, I just want a bit of a refresher. Either way, I am sending love and light to you, and I hope that, on your motherhood journey, that whether you've been trying for a while or whether you're, finding out that you're pregnant and you weren't expecting it, I hope you have a wonderful motherhood journey. I want to let you know about the resources I've got. I've got free articles on my website in regards to pregnancy and birth and motherhood and preparing for your postpartum, and also a motherhood video series where I sit down with experts and I interview them. So I have had some amazing experts and real life mothers on my motherhood video series. So make sure you check it out on YouTube or on my website. There's a load of episodes on there. And if you are interested in jumping on and becoming an expert guest or a motherhood guest, please send me an email at hello@themotherhoodcircle.com.au. I hope that you've learned from this. I hope you've learned what you needed to from this video, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.